I'm sorry, but this whole ass thing might have been just the one, honestly, event of anything that I actually liked that kind of literally drove me over the edge. I'm not gonna necessarily hold you. I wasn't planning on making a second video, and obviously when people see a second video of the same topic, they might be thinking, oh, well, you're just doing it for views. Bitch, I didn't even care about the views the first time. I was just genuinely pissed the hell off. When it comes down to things, what I hate about this whole situation is just the many different people that come through with their stances now. Because you got the actual genuine players that is actually pissed off about this change, and you know, rightfully so, when this shit has been in the game for literally this damn long, honestly, and there's no reason to change anything. But then you also have the dumbass people that come through being like, well, I welcome the change, or, whoa, I can't believe so many pedos and Nazis play this game. I feel so bad for the team, even though you literally shouldn't, because they're from California, and we already know, if you're in California and you run a company, you are an asshole. That is kind of how it is, especially on the entertainment side. It's why majority of, you know, entertainment content is shit when it comes from over there, or there's so much censorship like PlayStation and how they do Japanese games a lot of time. But oh, we ain't gonna censor our games from America because we're Americans. We say screw every other country, which is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And then Hidden Variable, same people that's responsible for Skullgirls now. What do you think they did? They're from California, and look at what the hell they're doing. Some dumbass nonsense. And also, yes, I'm very much aware that Zone went out their way to talk about this situation and say that they're not necessarily too mad about it because it's not her game. Let them do what they want. And at that point, I'm not necessarily gonna lie. I don't hate Zone, but boy do I not agree with that take at all. Like, your damn animation is quite literally one of the reasons so many people even checked out this game. And then so many people stayed because the game is actually great. And even if it wasn't for that situation when it comes to her animation, what would make me want to stay around it? One, the interesting characters, because each character has something interesting that is, you know, personally for them, with their own parasites and stuff like that, which is honestly really cool. Two, the fact that the game is literally in a hand-drawn art style, which you do not see most games do, because hand animations take effing forever, and it's so understandable, honestly. And honestly, I'll tell you and let me tell you this real quick, right? I didn't get into Skullgirls because of the animation. I didn't even, by the time I saw the game and played it the first time, I didn't even know that animation existed. I know who Zone was, but I didn't see that animation because I just didn't honestly pay attention to things on the internet because I had no internet back then. But when it comes down to things, you know what happened when I first got it, or how I got into it? I was literally chilling at my brother's house. Literally chilling. I guess he was like asleep or something, and then I happened to play PlayStation Now when that used to be a thing. And essentially I saw the first version of Skullgirls on PlayStation Now, and I was like, what is this? And so that's when I first discovered this shit. And honestly, ever since I played that one time, I'm like, if I get some money in the future, I'm gonna buy this game and then play the hell out of it because it looks cool as shit with all these characters. I don't know how to play this game, but they all look super cool. And that's how I got into it. Of course, I didn't realize at the time that I ended up spending extra money on PlayStation Now on my brother's card, so that was my bad. But still, nonetheless, you know, I would never got into Skullgirls. Then I found out about the animation, and then I'm like, damn, that's kind of kick-ass. And then obviously everything else kind of went through with that. But regardless, no matter what happened though, I didn't come through when it comes to the Coomer side of things. I came through it because I genuinely just thought the game looked interesting. And when it comes down to things, it never left me. And people also be talking about, oh, y'all just Coomers, y'all just the 1% that don't play the game, or y'all just the majority that actually play the game, excuse me. And, you know, they just be like, oh, you don't play the game, you don't know how to play the game. By the time you probably watching this video, I'm probably pretty sure that there is a video of me fighting with Annie in arcade mode on the hardest difficulty, which is the nightmarish mode, right? So that should be up. And then you look at those combos, look at those strings, look how I kicked Robo Fortune to stop her with her magnetic bullshit, which I didn't know I can actually do in that sequence. But look at that shit and you tell me oh, this N-word don't know how to play games. Bitch, how the hell would I be able to do combo strings like that? I don't think I can if I never played or never really cared about the game like that. Even someone, when it comes down, it's not that, and it's not even like a really hard combo string or something like that, but still, that kind of shows like, okay, they put a little bit of time into the game, right? They put a little bit of time in the game. And don't you even bring up anything about Marie at the highest level, honestly, because she kept whooping my ass, and she's the most difficult beast because she's unpredictable at what the hell she does. As I said before, the game itself is fun. Itself in its own right as a gameplay is fun. But the problem with the game that majority of people have is just the fact that it's taking away what Skullgirls was. It's already been censored once from back in the day. It's already been censored again thanks to what happened yesterday. Like, there is no reason for this shit. I'm not updating my effing game until Marie comes out. Until then, which I'll still hate that I have to do it, but I do want to play Marie at that point. But still, when it comes down to things, I'm not necessarily updating my game until that point. Or at least I hope it don't update until that point. Because honestly, it's just annoying as shit that this is the case. Like, why does this game have to be, put in the hands of dumbass people who, by the way, the person I think that runs Hidden Variable is a feminist person. So it's like, why the hell are we necessarily just letting these type of people get these amazing ass IPs, these amazing ass titles, and let them run it into the ground? Why are we letting these California dumbass people who don't know how to run businesses just take these IPs and do whatever, honestly? It doesn't make any kind of sense. Honestly, for my personal self, this is reminding me of the RWBY situation. This is reminding me when I started looking into RWBY after their last season, and I was like, well, this looks kind of okay. Why do people hate this show again? I didn't look up all the information about why people hate the show, and why people like this show and stuff like that, and what are the positives and negatives and things like that, which led me to want to put that story and their characters in like the Koyatsu story. Not to fix their story or fix what RWBY is doing that's wrong to a lot of people into my perspective, but just change what RWBY is, right? Currently in the story, RWBY doesn't necessarily know if she should be the leader or not, honestly. The whole thing with RWBY at this moment is just that, right? They don't necessarily think that they're doing a good job as leader, and Jay is trying to make them see that, right? For the people that has been paying attention. What I want to do with this damn thing, monstrosity of change that happened to Skullgirls, I honestly kind of want to just put them into the Koikatsu story and see what the hell happens, honestly. Or make an OVA in some shape and form of a story where they're involved, right? Because at this point, I don't want to I just don't want to sit this down. I don't want to sit this down and just let this be, and then, not do anything about it. Even if it's not much and me just writing a story about this shit is all I can do, I still want to do something, because this is just ridiculous. Whether it's, making a story about these characters in the most lewdest fashion ever, honestly, or possibly have, I don't know, maybe do some artwork of these characters and then just make them all like lewd content and stuff like that, and just make original art pieces and whatever, which I could do that maybe, or at least to some of them. I don't know about the whole cast, but some of them, or something of the sort, because again, this shit is just dumb. It's just insanely dumb, and it doesn't make any kind of sense. As I said before, I don't understand why this has to be done. I get that there was problems with Mike Z, and there was problems at the old Lab Zero too, right? I get it, but at the very same time, that's still, with that vision, even under that type of leadership, it still holds true for what it was about what this game, it is essentially when it comes to the community. This community hasn't really changed when it comes to, what that game is. That game isn't just about the sex appeal of the characters. It isn't just about, Big Band's story about him getting his ass beat by dirty cops and stuff like that. And that's another thing too. Outside of the lewd stuff, changing that is such an annoyance, because you do realize police officers in real life do be beating the shit out of actual good cops or killing good cops, right? You do realize that's a thing that happens. Why would you censor something like that Why? I don't care about the whole thing in 2020 that happened with that fiasco. I don't care about that. You need to have something like this shown in good detail because guess what? Shit like this happen. This is some things that just happen. Stop trying to erase history. And speaking of erasing history, not only are they trying to change Philia's panties, and yes, I did like the panty shot. I'd F Philia in the ass if I could. What you gonna do about it? I don't care about her age. She's fictional. No one cares. I do all the damn girls. Even double. I don't want double. I don't care about no double. I don't want nowhere near double. I don't want none of that. But I do it just to make a damn point. But when it comes down to things, not only about the panty shot, which is glorious, or even the whole thing with Big Bang, or even with the egrets, with their armbands that's close to Nazi imagery, who honestly cares, because as I said before, that just makes them look like they're really serious about their militia in the actual story of the actual world that they in. But also the fact that you're taking down some of the art and concept art, especially when it comes to what Skullgirls is and how these characters are drawn and made and all that type of stuff, that's the stuff I thoroughly enjoy. The fact that you show concept art, the fact that you show how are these characters made, what are some notes, how these characters end up turning out with this sort of idea and stuff like that. Taking that away is an insult to all artists, honestly. It really is. Some artists use these damn details to kind of figure out how to draw things themselves, whether it's a character from the actual game or whether it's a character from the, thing that they're maybe working on that might be just original work and stuff like that, Taking away stuff like this is completely retarded, and I do not necessarily understand it in the slightest, but again, no one cares because it's pedo stuff, it's Nazi stuff. The only people that says that is the people that might actually be Nazi or actually might be pedo, because I guarantee you, people that has been in that Skullgirls whole community, no matter what, honestly, they probably are not the people that's, saying all this nonsense about change. And if you're talking about change and stuff, guess what will happen if you talk about something, well, it's good that they're changing stuff. They probably gonna be like, oh, let's change some more stuff. What else needs to be taken out? Just kill the damn game if that's the damn case. If you gotta keep going with this, because this is just absolute effing nonsense. You know what this all just want me to do? This makes me want to make my own damn fighting game with my own set of girls that I already have established. Essentially, make that game slightly lewd and raunchy in a way. When I do hopefully blow up with this channel, I'm gonna make my own ass a fighting game, or make a game in some shape and form, and use those damn girls, and make sure no California bitch gets their hands on this shit, because when it comes down to things, I refuse to tone down anything. You don't like it, go suck some dick. That's quite how I feel. But when it comes down to things, it is a absolute shame that this is a thing that's happening. And to be perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure every single character in this game, if we have to treat them like real people, because people like to do that for some dumbass reason, they probably would be like, what the hell is this decision? Just because nothing about this make any kind of sense. They're fine ass characters. Doesn't matter the age, because again, they don't necessarily matter because it's fiction. It doesn't matter if you say Philia is 16. I will eat her 16-year-old vagina. You know why? Because she's fictional. No one cares. I'm pretty certain that majority of the people here in this damn cast would whoop your ass just by changing their damn game. At the end of the day, these are fine ass, underage, some of them, badass, sexy female characters, and they can whoop some ass. That is the main point of Skullgirls. They are badass characters who are sexy and just happen to want to, use the skull heart or destroy the skull heart and do whatever the hell they want to, because they were brought in by circumstances that honestly that was out of their hands or whatever. That's my whole thing when it comes to it. I'm tired. This whole Skullgirls thing pisses me off to a high level that I can't even explain properly. But it's just really ridiculous. There is no reason to change this game at all. Honestly, if it was up to me, I would definitely just fire everybody a hidden variable. I don't even care. Just let the IP just kind of sit for a minute until someone actually has brains to pick it up again, who actually doesn't give a shit about the social standards and sensibilities of people on the internet. Because everybody on the internet is vaginas, to be honest. So that's essentially all I really want to say for this one. I'm tired, honestly, and I'm exhausted. But hopefully you did enjoy. Honestly, I don't necessarily know I'm going to upload the Philia story mode at all. I mean, there already has been, you know, no commentary story modes uploaded, so maybe I don't need to do it. But maybe I'll just make the thumbnail her panty shot and just say screw it, honestly. I don't know. But anyway, that's essentially all I really wanted to say for this one, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on the way out. Also follow me on the socials. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, Patreon is available as well. Also, Rain Code is coming out later this month, so it would be nice to get some Patreon members come through so I can get some kind of money so I can pay for that game, honestly, because at least that game doesn't censor it freaking self. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see when it comes out, but at least they didn't do it before I bought the game, so I guess it doesn't matter. But still, regardless, I can't wait for Rain Code, honestly. And until then, it's your boy Jay, sign off. Have a blessed day.